Hey everybody, it is Tuesday and it's 2 o'clock, so that means it is time for Top 5 Tuesday. I am your host from Crate Insider. I'm Kate Dillon, and today I have a fun show planned for us today. So what I want to kick things off with, of course, every week we talk about what I feature something, I give away a couple of items, and then we talk about our top 5 products of the week. So to kick things off and talk about what we're going to give away, the first thing I'll be giving away is a Crate Insider hat. Love these hats. You know, they've got that worn look like you've had them in your wardrobe forever. And all you have to do to win one of our giveaways is just drop in a comment. I mean, you can say hi, drop in an emoji, tell us where you're from, any of those things, and just drop in a comment. And if you want to feel extra today, go ahead and share this video. You know, let's get some more people on our live stream. It's always kind of fun to see. So feel free to share this to your audience. And, you know, especially if you're on Facebook, it's a little harder on YouTube. But yeah, hit that share button and let people know that you're watching. It's kind of fun. The second thing I'm giving away today is I have this shirt right here from Race Logic. This happens to be a 2X. So if you happen to be a 2X, and you want this shirt, then type into the search or type into the comments, type in Race Logic. I want to mention Race Logic. I just talked to Brian Littleton, the owner of Race Logic, just talked to him last night, and he was telling me how we really don't have a lot of seats left. So our next live, and if you're not familiar with Race Logic, let me give you the little rundown really quick, is that Brian has been doing this for over 20 years. He brings together experts in, you know, on a particular type of car, whether it's a crate late model. He's done modified classes, he's done micro sprint classes and street stock classes, metric street stock, IMCA stock cars, all kinds of different cars. And the next classes that we have scheduled and planned, the first one in January of 2022 will be January 15th and 16th. It'll be happening in Lenoir, Tennessee, and that is going to be the crate late model class. So if you're interested in that class, if you're interested in any of these classes, then you can go to racelogic.vip. And then you can sign up. So for the live classes, we literally only have so many seats in the room that we can even offer to anybody. And we do that, and if you can be there live and ask your questions. Well, something that's been a development in the last couple of years, I've known Brian now for several years. I was a speaker at his classes, and now I actually go and work with the team, and I record on video the whole thing, come back, I edit it. So once the class is, if you're in there live, then you get the online version for free that you can watch later on and fast forward, rewind, all of that. Now, if you find that you can't make it to the live class, then you can actually order the online version of it, you know, once that's published. So we still have just a few seats. He said 15 on Sunday when we were on the podcast, and then talking to him last night, a lot of those seats have been snapped up. So we're like under 10 for both classes. And speaking of the second class, is going to be January 21st and 22nd. It's going to be a metric street stock class, and it'll be in Littleton, North Carolina. So all of his classes are always Saturday and Sunday. So if you want to sign up, feel free to go to racelogic.vip for the live classes. Later on, we'll start pre-selling the online versions, and then of course after the fact, you know, you can order it. If you go there now, you could still get the one we did here in 2021. Fantastic classes this year. We had a crate late model class, we did a metric street stock class, and we did an IMCA stock car class. So depending on what you run and what area of the country you're in, you can check those out. So really a cool deal. So Race Logic, and if you like the 2X t-shirt, type in Race Logic, and at the end of this we'll do a random drawing. So I always like to talk about what we're featuring as well, and one of those items, I actually had this question on the podcast on Sunday asking when we'd have these back in stock, and this is our GM HEI. It's race prepped and ready to go, ready to drop in. In that case, we've got them locked out. We've changed out the distributor gear. It's ready to drop in and go. And these race prepped HEIs run 282.02. So I just wanted to give the heads up that these are back in stock. So, you know, HEIs really aren't atop of the list for what we recommend, but if your rules say that you have to run an HEI in your 602, then hey, then this is what we've got. We've got, you know, it's a GM HEI, but we've race prepped it, making it locked out and changing out the distributor gear. So it's a good deal. And then before I jump into the top 5, I'll take a look at the comments here. And if you guys have any questions, you can always feel to drop those in. Feel free to. And I see Andrew is here, and Tommy, and Darren. Oh, Doug says he missed us at World Finals. I was there the week before for the World Short Track Championships, and the weather was looking pretty sketchy. So, yeah. I see Terry is here, and Scott from California, and John, and Billy, and Curtis and Alan. So thank you all so much for being here, for sure. So I guess got some folks interested in Race Logic for sure. You know what I've loved is by doing the online version that we do now, what I love so many things about it. One, I mean, you sit in this class for 2 days and it's just so hard to absorb everything. And so this way you can, again, you can fast forward, rewind. When I edit this, I break it down into tiny little micro sections. So, well, it just depends. I mean, some sections can be 45 minutes and other sections can be like 3 minutes. Just depends on what the topic is. And I love that we can share this information with our friends throughout the world. So even if you're in Australia, I know we've got some Australian viewers, maybe not at this time of day, but we have some Australian viewers. We've got viewers in Canada, that can't leave their country right now or can't come to the United States. So this was a way that we can get this out, or just, even within the United States, we live in a really big country. So if you can't make it there in person, then we've got we will have that for sale at some point soon, after these live seats sell out. But the other thing I wanted to feature and talk about today, and I apologize if you watch all my stuff, you're going to hear this basically now until January, but the Cars Racing Show. So speaking of live events, the Cars Racing Show is really started from the Carolina Auto Racing Show, but I like to think of it almost like a pop-up shop. But we're using the convention center, and the pop-up shop is a mall of all these different racing products. And I love it. I'm so excited. We've got some great exhibitors at our show this year, and it's just going to be great. It was great in 2020, even under all of that 2020 had to offer. And right now we're offering for free registration. So if you want to get tickets to attend, the show itself will be January 7th and 8th. That'll be in Hickory, North Carolina. That is a Friday and Saturday show. So for our folks that, are a little closer, you could get here a sneak preview on Friday or come in Saturday. We're going to be announcing some seminars soon coming up. We're working on those. And definitely, go give our Facebook page a like. The Cars Racing Show. We've got Facebook, we have Instagram, and of course we have a YouTube channel too. And just sat down with my brother last week. My brother is Jimmy Schultz from Dirt Rap, and we are the two show organizers, so kind of doing double duty here. But for Crate Insider, we'll certainly have a booth at the show. Really excited. I'll be bringing lots of products, basically setting up a store, a 2-day pop-up shop basically with the kind of things that you see behind me. You can see my Bell helmets. I mean, I love the fact with the trade show, you can go there in person and do things like, trying on helmets, trying on fire suits. There's one of those right there. You can see this stuff in person and be able to touch it and also talk to the manufacturers and find out what's going to be the best solution for your particular application. We can be pretty general, like when I'm making videos, but exactly what's going to work for you, the type of surface that you run, how big the track is, what kind of chassis you have. There's so many small things that we can always be tweaking on our race cars, and this is such a great opportunity to actually see some great examples too. I think we're gonna have some great cars in this show. It's it's not a car show, but there will be some cool race cars to be able to take a look at. I always got a kick out of seeing folks just come up to a race car and they're always like looking at like behind the rear end. I'm like, what are they even looking at? So it's kind of fun to see all the suspensions of how all of these are working. So with that, let's jump into the top 5 this week. And I decided to do something a little bit special because we just got a shipment from our friends Cody. Actually, Cody and Norm and all the folks down at KRC Power Steering just got a shipment yesterday, and it just came in. So I thought, what a perfect time to do a little highlight and talk about the different products that we sell from KRC. So for the first thing I want to talk about is probably one of our most popular is going to be our KRC Front Drive Kit. And if you're shopping in our store, one thing that we're doing now is putting these little labels. I love these. So big thanks to Tori for making those. And then here inside of the box, we are going to have our front drive right here. So They always wrap these up differently, so I never quite know. He's changed the packaging, but I really like it. So I really like it. So what it means to buy a front drive is you get both of the pulleys and the belt as well. So I'm getting there. So if you find that you order this and the paper's ripped, then you just know that I showed it on the show. So one thing that's special about this is this pulley here is that they notched it out to try to cut out as much weight as possible. And these are all CNC machined right there in their manufacturing facility in Georgia. I've actually been down there and seen all their CNC machines. It's really quite the sight to see. And I love their front drive kit, and it comes with we've got the pulley here. We've got another pulley. I'm not going to bore you with unwrapping paper, but we've got the belt right here. So we've got everything you need for that whole, crank to water pump pulley kit, and that runs right here. It runs $239.99. So quite obviously, I have this in stock now. Another product that has become very popular, and it's a newer product, and therefore it's, because it's popular, then we kind of go through them pretty quickly. And that is going to be our tandem pump. So over here, I might have to get creative because I forgot to bring a knife over here. So we're going to make this work. Yeah, this is where you have the right tool for the job, and if you don't, you make it work. So there we go. Cut the tape on this. I think these are just a thing of beauty because I know what I'm going to find on the inside. Oh, for goodness sake. No pressure since I'm on live camera, right? There we go. Okay. All right, they weren't stingy with the tape. Okay, there we go. It's a quality taping job. My goodness, how many layers do we need? All right. There we go. We're getting it now. All right. Okay, I'm going to set this down, and then I'm going to pull this out so you guys can see it. But this is what we're talking about right here. So this has become a really popular option, is having a tandem pump where you're running your fuel pump and your power steering off of the back of your engine. And so here you have the whole setup right here. It's beautiful. And then of course it comes with a belt. So you're ready to be able to install this right onto the back of your engine. You'll need to run an HTT drive to get this all working. But the tandem pump, very, very popular item. And there's probably a price tag on here someplace. Let me see here. There we go. And this runs $1209.99. Now, something with that is if you're going to go with the tandem pump, then you're going to need a power steering reservoir. And KRC has come up with their own that you can actually attach right to the back here as well. And that's pretty cool. And here is our power steering reservoir. So it's just kind of fun to see all of these products that are I love the fact that they're manufactured right here in the United States. So our KRC power steering, our remote reservoir right here for our power steering fluid. So really a great combination with, you could run that whole system right there where you've got the crank to water pump on the front, you're running your power steering, your fuel from the back, and then you've got your power steering reservoir right here. Now with that, we've added, I just wanted to mention so a couple of other products here. I guess I should mention that the reservoir runs $149.99. And then my last two products here that are from KRC is that we've started carrying the spare belts as well. So if you need a replacement belt, the one we have for the water pump system, it runs $21.99, and we're keeping that in stock. And then just added, we haven't even had a chance to add it to our store yet. It just came in, and that's going to be our belt for the tandem pump. And you can see it's a toothed belt, pretty heavy duty, well, definitely heavy duty, and that runs $47.99. And so those are our top 5, or we always talk about just 5 products, and that's what I decided to talk about this week is our KRC items. And I'm going to see oh gosh, this is an interesting question. So Terry says the tandem pump seems a little close to over the top headers. That's really interesting. I hadn't seen that comment before, and something to take a look at. So yeah, if you're running yeah, it's interesting. Hadn't thought about that and hadn't run into that at all. Haven't run into anyone who really haven't run into anyone who's had any issues with the installation. And we've sold lots and lots of these. My friend Dell is here from Lake Adger. He says, "Hey Kate, hope you're doing good. Doing great over here. Love it." So Good deal. I see Nick's here from New York. And I'm just kind of scanning to see if you guys have any questions. I'm happy to answer them right here on the show. And great. So with that, I think it's about time to do our giveaway. We go check in with my folks. I got Tori and Curtis monitoring all of the comments. So our first one is our hat, our Crate Insider hat right here. And our winner is Dell Smith. I was just talking to, and this is all random, I swear. So our hat is going to Dell Smith. So Dell, just if you could, please send Crate Insider a private message with your address. We'll get that sent out to you. And then for our Race Logic t-shirt right here is going to go to Andrew Koenig. So Andrew, if you would, please send a private message to the Crate Insider Facebook page with your address, and we will get that sent out to you. So with that, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for being part of the show. And I will be back on Sunday with Steve Hendren for our Racing Insiders podcast. We'll be going live on Sunday. We may change to 4:30 because we've been doing it at 5:30, but now it's going to be so dark. You know, I could maybe I'll rant about daylight savings time. Yeah, maybe I will on the show. This week I was ranting about sales tax, so that was a whole nother deal. But yeah, if you want to see rants and raves and of course we answer tech questions, feel free to join us on our Racing Insiders podcast. And with that, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time.